Hi, I'm Carcina.
Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No one knows Carcino and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it. Go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them.
What's good? What's good? Let's talk about it. Morning, scrubs. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. I see you. All right. Now, let's get into this. Why is Daz so hot? What did Suge Knight do to Daz to get Daz so bothered? Well, Suge Knight didn't like the way Daz was talking because this is all about, it's all about Death Row and and once you start seeing that Death Row is Suge's, well, it used to be Suge's, and now Daz is, like, yeah, Snoop got it. That's my cousin. It's us. It was a different time. Like when they were doing their thing, Death Row was running things. It was sharp. They had a bright future. But we all know about the fall of Death Row. Now let's get into this Daz situation. So now the Daz situation come about and things get crazy. Suge Knight made some statements about Daz, about he can't keep his women, and Daz just a problem.
With that opportunity, Dad did great things for Death Row and myself. And I used to be the guy that they would call when Dad's trying to kill himself. I would show up sometimes and be like, he's about to do it, he's about to do it. And I'd go talk him out of it. Give me the gun, Daz. Give me the pills, Daz.
Give me the gun, Daz. Give me the pills, Daz. Man, look, there's nothing funny about somebody like that, but let me give you some backstory to Daz. Daz and Corrupt were the 2 young bulls that was wild. Like, Daz was mentally out of there. Like, he grew up in foster homes a lot because, he was just uncontrollable at times. That part is true. Suge hit a nerve with Daz because he brought up some things about the wives and, and look, both guys, and you in that industry and you going through what you're going through, the wives ain't going to be loyal to you. These women going to bounce around and sleep with whoever. they gonna all go to Suge anyway, because Suge had the money. Suge had all the power. Women are attracted to power. And they are attracted to confident men. Non-confident men can't pull this off. Now, going back through the whole tables and watching how things played out. Suge talked about how bad breath Daz breath was. That ain't the first time I heard that. That really is probably a true statement. It's not the first time I heard that about Daz. But a lot of them look and sounded like they never picked up a toothbrush or anything. Oh, yeah, man. He had Daz nice, hot, and bothered. Now, here's the situation at hand. Daz had all these songs with Tupac, right? But he claimed he got them and he sold he sold one of them to 50 Cent. Back then he had them. Now when Tupac died, I ain't gonna say Daz and them didn't care and none of that. It really didn't bother them. You know, they was like, all right, Pac not here no more. It's time to do our thing. It's the new road. Let's go on and do our thing. Situations occurred. Daz didn't get any money. He was mad. He came in there pissed off because he wasn't getting credit. So Daz was complaining. They went in and they made a deal. Daz took some money and sold up and basically gave up his publishing. And Daz is complaining about publishing that he gave up because he don't know what he gave up or how he gave up the rights to it. And he was like, man, I made that song. Why does it say Dr. Dre? I created that. And they sold him and, you know, pretty much got him to give away his publishing. Like, hey, man, look, Dr. Dre don't sell the song. Who is Daz? Nobody knows Daz. So before he even knew what the publishing was, his rap name was Dat Nigga Daz. So that was his whole produced by Dat Nigga Daz. So Dat Nigga Daz was owned by Death Row Records, not by Daz. Because they were young, they didn't know how to take care of the business. So that name, even though he's producing it, is owned by Death Row. So Death Row they finna benefit off all that. Now, here's what's gonna get interesting. If Daz went to Def Jail, like Warren G, all hell would have broke loose. Now, Daz was reactionary. He was emotional. He was doing a lot of dope, a lot of shrooms, a lot of everything. Daz was out there. But when Pac died, Daz was put in charge and he was the president of Death Row Records and all this. It's like, you're going to be in charge, Daz, of the music thing. You're going to do your thing. And we're going to put your album out. Retaliation and Get Back was out there. And he was like, oh, we talking with Suge now. We finna put out these. I got all these Tupac songs, man. We got these Machiavelli and Dillinger. You know, we're going to do that. You know, I'm Daz Dillinger now, so we're going to do Machiavelli and Dillinger. Machiavelli and Dillinger 1, 2, 3. We're going to be putting them all out. And that wasn't the plan. That plan ended up not working out, you know. Suge was locked up, you know, doing his thing, so they couldn't. Plus, they didn't want to put Tupac's music out like that, and Tupac's family was fighting to get his music back. So Death Row felt they owned the reels to the music. So Phineas ended up getting the rights to Tupac's music. And I don't know how and if Daz, whatever he got recorded, I don't even know if he could release it, or definitely couldn't probably possibly sell it, because Tupac estate will probably have control of all of it, or they're going to have to do business with the estate. So I was told one of the chicks he was with, whether his wife or whatever, was paid some money to bring the reels. She stole the reels back from Daz and brought them back to Death Row. That he stole the masters and from Death Row, and then she returned them back. So Daz don't even have the masters. He's fronting them. But that's what I was told. And I believe that came from Reggie Wright. So you definitely can't believe that to come from Reggie. You know, you're going to have to take that with a grain of salt. Now, he talking about Tupac. He spit in Daz's face and Nate Dogg ran. One, Nate Dogg ain't going to run. I don't know what Suge talking about. Suge likes to add stuff to the story, and he doesn't realize that don't help you. That just makes it worse. Now it's just like, man, now the story sounds pathetic because you trying to create a narrative that didn't even exist. There's no way in hell Nate Dogg is going to run from you and Tupac. That ain't going to make no sense. So, first of all, Tupac ain't spit on no Daz no 3 times. Nothing like that. Kept spitting on Daz's face. That definitely didn't happen. Now, nobody has ever heard the story. Many times has that story been told. You never heard Daz getting spit on. That's just Suge. You know, vintage Suge talking the way he talks. So, oh, absolutely. So that's all it really meant. Now, was Suge right about some things? Yes. He was right about a lot of things with the wives, I believe. All the things that he said, I've heard prior. Now, Daz got heated. And Daz is like, F that. I got something to bring up. So Daz once again goes live from his page. And Daz just went scorched earth.
Yo, what's up? This Daz Dillinger. Let's get straight to the motherfucking business. First of all, I want to say, fuck Suge Knight, you bitch ass nigga. You sitting in jail watching a karate movie, jacking off. You ain't getting no pussy in there, nigga. And first, let's address the Tupac issue. You said that Tupac and I had an issue that he spit in my face 3 times. I wish a nigga would spit in my motherfucking face. Plus, I'm not even gonna do all that because I'm not gonna get in because Tupac didn't even think like that. The only time we thought about you is when he told me, I think that nigga Suge Knight scamming us. And I'm like, yeah, he is, you know what I mean? Tricking off with the bitches, doing all that shit. You know, my ex and all the other shit. Yeah, he tricked off with the bitch, gave her like $300,000-400,000. She came back to the table with me and gave me some of the money and the whole 9 yards. But he mad because we was fucking his baby mama, Davina, Stormy, all them hoes. You know what I'm saying? So don't get mad at the player, nigga. Get mad at yourself, you big trick. They said your dick was this big. You know what I mean? So, and me being homeless, I never been homeless. I always had a place to stay. Look where I'm at and look where you at. You know what I mean? Who made the right decisions? Nigga, you have $600 million. Look where you at now. Broke as a joke. Trying to go in there and scam, getting that $3,000-4,000 from motherfucking Art of the Dialogue. All right, pay the nigga a little bit more. And you know what I'm saying? You want to compare me with Snoop and all that. We all together, we crew. Most definitely. Snoop is my first cousin. That ain't gonna never change. You know what I'm saying? And we will beat your black ass. So, you know, when you get out of jail, I will be waiting for you. Because I want that one-on-one. I always wanted that one-on-one. I used to beat you up all the motherfucking time. You know what I'm saying? You weak. You got little legs. You big up at the top, but you got little legs. Sweep you up, hit you. You can't fight. The time that I came into the motherfucking office, when I wanted that money, and I had a big motherfucking diesel screwdriver, me corrupting Hershey Loken in. I'm fucked up off mushrooms. I need my money. Should come in there like he was gonna do something to me, and I grabbed his ass and let him know, I'll stick your motherfucking ass in the motherfucking throat. And I walked out of there, nigga, with 100 and some change, nigga, me corrupting Hershey Low. You know what I'm saying? So that part, you know what I'm saying? But as far as going to a foster home and you saying this and that, and I got this and that, I never been to a foster home. Never been in a situation where I had to give it up. You had to give it up. You not giving it up now. How many times you done jacked off in there? Plenty of times. You motherfucking bitch ass nigga. I just be tripping on this nigga got dementia. Mm-hmm. And the bitch played you. Because Reggie Wright told you. She played you. She's right over there with Daz. You ain't going over there. This shit don't stop what I'm doing. And look, all the shit that y'all tried to steal from us, we got it back. You know what I'm saying? We got it back, nigga. We got it back, nigga. And you ain't got nothing, nigga. So continue to keep crying and crying, nigga, because you ain't going to get death row back, nigga. You're not going to get death row back. You're not going to get it back, nigga. It's over for you. I'm talking about your breath. Your breath stank, nigga. You had $300-400 million. Your breath smelled just like pussy. All the pussy you eat because you can't fuck because the bitches they just said, we just fucking need to go get the money. Bring the money back. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to give him some pussy, fucking. You know what I mean? So, hey, Suge Knight. Sweetie! Suge Knight, you cupcake sweet paw. I'm going loose cannon on you motherfuckers right now. You know what I'm saying? But I will beat your ass, stomp you out, get up in your face, nigga, knock you out. You know what it is, nigga. That nigga Daz, nigga. I'm the only nigga from the Dog Pound, nigga, that squad. I take on their battles, nigga. Plus mine and anybody else battles, nigga, was for the crew. You know what it is, nigga. It's Crip, nigga. You know what it is. I ain't got to explain too much because some white folks they out there looking and doing what you're doing. But, nigga, everything come out of your motherfucking mouth is a lie. Quick to jump on this quick, nigga, to let you know, nigga, all that shit you talking, Straight garbage. There ain't no truth to it. So keep doing what you're doing, nigga. I see you 2020, 2032, 2038, nigga? That's when you get out 2038, nigga. Hopefully, you be living by then. But when you get out, I'm gonna be waiting right there at the motherfucking gate, nigga. I want that. You know what I'm saying? Remember, nigga, death row for life, nigga. Yeah, nigga. You can't get it back, nigga. And you won't. Cause you can't. It's that nigga Daz in the paint. Yeah, nigga. Nigga, Tupac didn't even like you, nigga. You know what I mean? You barely even know him. We introduced you to Tupac, nigga. You try to figure out who he was. You know what I mean? And you went over there and did what you did because it was a business move. Learn from us. You know what I'm saying? How you all over the publisher, nigga, and you didn't even write a motherfucking thing. That's why we glad we got all this shit back. Because when we look at the records now, you and that nigga Reggie Wright, hey, y'all was stealing like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And better be glad we ain't never fucked Sharitha. You know what I mean? Because she was doing what she doing, how she doing. So shout out to Sharitha, bitch. But hey, I got a new wife, new woman, new everything, man. So you know, and she from Compton, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Scared it, nigga. That nigga Daz for life, dog pound. You know what it is, nigga. Yeah. And I'll beat your ass. Fuck Suge Knight. Anybody down with him, nigga? Fuck Art of Dialogue. All you bitch ass niggas know what it is. That nigga Daz. New album. Drop it. You motherfuckers gonna feel this wrath. You dig? Check it out. Bitch.
So, Dad's got to put the pills, put down the pills. Hey, Daz blow, man. That's what he do, man. Daz, you have never seen Daz go live. He smoked 24/7. He just like Kyrie. They just smoke, smoke, smoke. Smoke to be smoking. Now, Daz was touched because he put out all Daz business. You know, Daz was suicidal and all this stuff. And Daz, I don't know about group home, but I know he was staying in other people's house because his mom's, you know, like he had temper tantrums. You know, like he was a monster. Like he was just spaz. I mean, damn, if you remember the Snoop Dogg did the vapors, he told you about it right then. Well, Daz is one of the best he was one of the best producers they had at Death Row. He said, we introduced you to Tupac. You ain't know who he was. That was back in 93. He didn't know who Tupac was back then. Those are two different times. Back when they first started Death Row, he tried to get Tupac on Death Row. Pac was like, man, y'all got too many stars over there. Because Snoop album had just hit. And it was like, What's My Name was out. And this is like the beginning of 93. And That's when he did Life So Hard. And he did that song, Life So Hard, and he did another song. He did about 2-3 songs, and they never used them. And he paid Pac like almost like an album budget because he had the money. I mean, he wanted Pac to sign with the rope. And that's why in the Natural Born Killer video, Tupac is in the video. He put Tupac in the video. He put him on the Above the Rim soundtrack because he was Death Row was doing the soundtrack and he was in the movie. So then all the trouble happened after and while he was filming, you know. So what happened in New York? Because they was doing it. He was in Cali and they was actually walking in and out of the building, and they ran into each other. So I don't know how he said like that was the first time he met, but Suge was walking into the building and ran into Tupac, and they was up at Interscope. Oh, what Snoop said, and Snoop's like, I got a little cousin that's kind of plain. He's bringing the heat and the beat for the dog pound gang. A mellow type of fellow that's laid back. But back in the days, he was nothing like that. I remember when he used to scrap every day. My auntie would say he would never obey. He wore the khakis hanging down with his stars untied and the blue and the gray cap that said East Side. Around in my neighborhood, they treated him bad. They say Dad's the worst thing that his mom ever had. They said he would grow up to be nothing but a gangster, either in jail or somebody will shake him. But now he's grown up to their surprise. DAZ got a hit that's slinging worldwide. Now the same people didn't like him as a child, bumping Dog Food, Dog Father in Doggy Style. They got the vapors. They got the vapors. I'm always on cloud nine. I know. You got to come down to earth. That's why you be, I be trying to talk to you, be like, what the world are you talking about? Daz won that 50 million bag from Suge. Nah, she just don't like the way they Snoop and him got Death Row. And that means all that publishing money, that's gonna be gone. Suge ain't gonna like that. My favorite song of dog food, Bomb Ussy. Ooh, she got the bomb. I gotta smoke to understand that space talk. Yeah, that's too crazy for me. I had a wild night. I'm back home. Feel like I didn't put everything. Put everything to work. So anyway, yeah. So Daz is basically another person that was. I don't even know what the argument is really about. You know, Suge just mad. He's mad about his situation. He just don't like the way Snoop and Daz got it. And, you know, and Suge just basically using people and getting his stories out. Now, the Dave Mays thing, I guess Dave Mays ran out of money and realized it was costing too much money to put that stuff out. He was getting some hits on it. I don't know. I guess that fell apart. Next thing you know, Suge started doing interviews on people calling him from jail. And he been on the phone now like all the time. It's like Suge is still out. And he's got a fresh new take on the story. Daz is always was chill until he snaps, you know, like and the only way Daz would snap is somebody was messing with somebody. Like if he was on some pills or doing shrooms back then, they were shrooms. So like he said, man, I was going off them shrooms. No, it's just that he fell for the same BS. You know, Suge was putting him in charge. I mean, he put Corrupt in charge. Corrupt left and went back to Death Row and started working with Death Row and working with Suge. And they was like, don't go back over there, man. And they was like, man, this ain't popping. So Corrupt went right back over there with Suge, like, man, I'm finna be the president. We finna do all this, man. I'm going back to Death Row. So he went back to Death Row. He was president or whatever. And wasn't no money in it. You know, it was just like, Corrupt was like, man, this is all messed up. They had Left Eye. She had came over there and they was working with her projects, and it's just like people didn't want nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Like it was done. When he got out of jail, he had a chance to do right, fly right. Then he couldn't do that. He started messing with the money. And messing with the money is, I'm like, you messing with Jimmy Iovine's money. This man could crush your nuts into oblivion now. It ain't the same as when you went in and when you came out. Suge went in 96 or 97 after the court case. They convicted him in like 97. So, right, after the parole violation. So after the parole violation, it was like, all right, this dude, we got him for the parole violation. We ain't got to do nothing else. We got him. So he's already violated parole. Let's just slap him with some time because we got to get this dude out the way. We didn't just lost Tupac. That's some big money. We just done sold all these records, and now the artist is dead. You know, like Interscope wasn't happy about that. He was like, we got Snoop, Tupac, and Dre. And we finna be the biggest thing in the world. And you just ruined that. By not protecting the artist, not protecting our investment. Now it's a mess. So you just don't know how. We got to take you out of power from running everything. That's how they chose to deal with it. When you're a man, that's what you're going to do. Nah, nobody spit on Daz. Come on. And once he said Nate Dogg ran, that was, he knew that ain't nobody. Nate Dogg ain't run. Come on. Y'all know better than that. Nate Dogg ain't run nowhere. No, Nate Dogg and well, depends on who you talking about. And he's like, Tupac didn't even like you. That's funny. That's because Daz he's somebody that goes right off the cusp. Like, what's up, TJ? Appreciate it. Now, Daz comes straight off the head with all that. You know, like, it's a lot of pent up frustration. He was, yeah, you had my chick, my wife, whatever. I sent her to go get the money and come back. It wasn't nothing. But, you know, that's how they met these girls. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just wifed them up when y'all shouldn't have. Well, he just loved to rub it in his face. See, the thing is, Daz ain't getting no money either. Snoop getting all the money. Daz won't credit for the songs he did and produced. But he had already messed up his publishing because he signed over his publishing already. So he got to rebrand himself. So all of those old songs, I don't know how he going to get the publishing for them unless it's the ones he actually did. That was his. But word around the campfire is he took paper, you know what I'm saying? And you signed away your publishing and didn't know it. Suge ain't just going to give you no money. Well, he's going to exaggerate. He's going to tell you some true stories that happened, but he going to change them to his liking or how he feel about the situation or the person at that time. So Suge going to change the story around. You know, now when I saw Pop, I like him. So I said, this a real one, like me. You know, he see like, you know, he looked at me and was like, you know what? You remind me of me. That should create a whole goddamn lie. You hear that 9 times out of 10. Whenever Suge is telling a story about Tupac talking to him, and he told him this, just don't even believe it. Just don't even believe one word that comes out once he says those words. Once he starts saying, and Tupac was talking to me. We sitting in the hospital, both of us, we both shot. I got a bullet in my head. Doctor said, if it's another inch, I'll be paralyzed. I'm like, what is he talking about? That audio is still on the internet. And it's the most confusing audio in the world because none of that made any sense. He got 3 stitches and was sent home from being cut by glass. This man told a story that Tupac was talking to him in the ambulance and cracking jokes. Man, Tupac, he was saying, man, you shot in the head. Don't you think you need a doctor too? He was like, I said, you hit? He said, I'm hit. Then he's like, hey man, you shot in the head too? Tupac he's trying to breathe. He got no time to hold a conversation. And talking about we having a conversation, we laughing at the hospital. He wasn't talking like that. Man, Diddy ain't had nothing to do with no damn Tupac getting killed. I'm like, he ain't had nothing to do with no Pac or no Biggie. That stuff was some LA stuff. That ain't had nothing to do with Sean Puffy Combs. Only thing Puffy is guilty of is not taking the threat in LA serious, as he should have. Suge love to take care of women. He had a bad girl, man. Oh my God. I can't remember her name. And she was with Suge, and she was like one of Suge girls. And I said to myself, Jesus Christ, that was a bad one. Suge had a bad one, boy. Yeah, she was smart too. She was real smart. But Suge just wanted to get a high and you stay here. I'm going to pay your bills, but be ready when I come over. And that was it. She didn't go to the club. Kadada didn't go to the club. Pac didn't want her to go to 662. He told her to just stay there at the hotel, stay in the room. So she was at the hotel room. No. Tupac didn't have a twin, no. Pac didn't hate Suge. Suge was like the boss. And he was granting Tupac. He loved what Tupac was doing. Like, he was like, man, I love this little dude. Because Pac, Suge was loved. He loved Pac so much. He was like, man, all I need is him. I don't need nobody else. All I need is Pac. See, you see how Pac is? He don't need nothing. He just asked for a little Alizé, a little Hennessy, and some weed. And he good. Like I told him, here's some money. Here's some flash money. Everything else, the company got you. You know? And that's how I do when I see people. I try to help them. Because that's how I was. I always try to help people. If I see somebody in trouble, I help them. That's what I do. Now, Daz, Daz, he gone off the pills, off the drain. I'm Daz, give me the gun. Daz, give me the pills. Don't do it, Daz. So they all was sleeping with each other girls. So that's what I'm saying. You ain't gonna get no brownie points for sleeping with somebody's woman. That just lets you know your girl is shiesty. Like corrupt wife, what she had to do. He went through the same ordeal with his wife. And not too many people know who she was with. But I knew. Because there was another woman involved. There's a lot of stuff that's going on. A lot of stuff going on. Death Row had sponsorships and deals that was going to be negotiated through Interscope. Suge got out and could have recouped a lot of money, and a lot of the publishings that was filled out, the paperwork wasn't done right. So a lot of money was being held up, and they didn't even know it. They had money being held up. They didn't even know it was being held up just because they didn't know how to fill out the publishing right. And the money was just sitting there. So, yeah, for some back catalog songs and everything. We'll probably never know the full backstory of what happened with Tupac, but the people already know. It's out there, and they never really can confirm or deny. So this whole Keffe D thing, Keffe gonna tell anything he can to try to get out of a situation. And he over here crying, and we supposed to feel sorry for Keffe D. He supposed to be this stone cold killer, and he here crying, man, I miss my grandson, man. Man, it's some bull, man. Puffy gave me $1 million, man. He want me to do that, man. I wasn't even there. Man, I ain't no killer. I ain't never killed nobody, man. I ain't never did nothing. I'm confused. I'm confused. He's all over the place. Keep it, he get up there, man. You know, I'm a gangster, dude. So you got to be careful when you talking to me. I'm a gangster. On all the videos, he's this gangster. Now he locked up. And they got him in them damn county blues. He ain't singing that song no more. Now ain't thinking about his grandson and all the stuff that he could have been doing. But nope. Him and the cop, they wanted to go play those games. The cop told me to do it. Man, this cop came over and told me to say this, man. And then he said, yes, he making a movie, he making a book. Then he said, I got immunity. Now he gonna take away my immunity and then now he gonna turn around. Now they gonna try to charge me for a murder. Man, I ain't murdered nobody. I wasn't even in town that night. They can't prove nothing. You said it in your book. You said it on interviews. You talked about it like it's a good old thing to do. Yeah, I gave him the gun. I just handed the gun in the back seat. You said your nephew did it, then you said the big guy did it. You did, you keep switching around on who did it, but you were in concert. Gave a breakdown on what you did, said we went there, we went to the hotel, we went to the fight, we was at the stop at the corner, we just laughing and giggling while all this is going on. No, I'm like, you gave a full breakdown confession, bragging about it on videos. Wrote a book to get paid. So they knew what they were doing. Now, when Suge got out of jail, he came, and the first thing that's on your mind, imagine being locked up all those years, right? That Suge was. You would think the first thing you do when you come home is say, man, I'm glad to be home, man. I don't need none of this. I'm just glad to be home. I don't need no drama. This is what I need right here. I don't need nothing else, right? You would think that would be the best thing for you. But what happened? As soon as he come home, he's attacking. His whole energy goes towards Snoop. Soon as he come home, they ain't even do a welcome home. They was, yeah, guess who home now, Snoop? And it's like, what is this? More noise before the storm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm normally not live at this time of the day. There's been plenty of incidents that went down where Suge stood 10 toes down for Daz and the guys, you know what I'm saying, paying for getting these guys out of trouble. And then they were getting in trouble. And Suge was trying to get them out of it. They got in trouble up here in Milwaukee. And they ran into some, some drug dealers up there. And they tried to pull that We Death Row. They ain't give a damn in Milwaukee. Snoop them, they almost got murdered up there. Dudes weren't playing no games up here. I'm like, dude, look, these dudes from Milwaukee, bro, they have a whole different mentality. People be thinking that Chicago and Milwaukee is the same. Oh, no, it ain't. Yeah, so they gave Snoop the business. Like the dollar pound, they had to pretty much pack up and run. So Suge had to take care of a lot. There's a lot of things that went down. They got blasted at, got the studio shot up, drive by, like they could have been gone. Daz thought Deuce was gonna rush up in there, and they was just they weren't even prepared. And they turned over the doggone it was a Coke machine. Daz threw that thing, like knocked over the whole Coke machine. That thing weighs a couple of 1,000 pounds. He pushed that thing over. And so could nobody run up in the door. They couldn't get in there. Like if dudes was coming in, he didn't know if they was outside trying to get in or what. So he just, out of instincts, turned over that Coke machine right by the door so they couldn't come up in there. Yeah, it's a lot of these stories, man, on tour. I done told it when, like, Big had to help out Lil C's. They was sending him up C's, and Big came down there. And they saw Biggie was really big. And they was, whoa. Yeah, Biggie. I told people Big is fast. He wasn't no slow dude. Biggie, when his leg was broke. But before he broke his leg, Big was fast. To be that big, he was quick. Yeah, so like I said, he went after the money. Suge started going after Dr. Dre, going after Snoop, putting out these little movies, talking about them. And then now, when he comes out, Eminem is now blowing up. And this is making Dre hot. Aftermath, his label was about to close down. And now it's thriving because now they got this Eminem thing work. Snoop didn't like that. Suge didn't like that. Snoop got the East Siders doing his thing, and Dre is doing his thing. So it was like, oh, they blowing up. Nah, we don't stop all that. Damn, we don't have to get in there, make sure they know they're going to have to get away from Dre. We're going to put the fear on the white boy. So at the Source Awards, Death Row was just there. Nobody really invited him. And they ain't touch Eminem, but it was like none of Dre or Interscope people there. Like Dre, they all left Eminem. Like Dre went to his trip and didn't come out. Snoop was gone. Like everybody was gone, and Eminem was like by himself. And it was like, whoa, he was just surrounded by Death Row people. They weren't touching him. They weren't saying nothing to him. They was just letting it be known, letting their presence be known. They was all around Eminem. He was like, damn, like, who are these dudes? He's like, man, I'm finna try to get to my trailer. And I would have to go through them to get to the trailer. So his security come over there like, oh, okay, no, there he is. He almost couldn't see over them towering dudes. So they got Eminem, they got him out of there, put him in the trailer. No, Eminem was scared to death. So he was like, man, what is this? Like, what's going on? See, y'all got to understand, this is before 50 Cent. This is back when, My Name Is Role Model. He had that shirt on and everything promoting the single. So he's back in the trailer. Dre is gone. Like, Dr. Dre just took off, left Eminem, didn't say, yo, I'm out. Just dipped. So he was left on his own. So Eminem's bodyguard at the time was there, and he was there to watch Eminem the whole time and was like, all right, cool. We doing X, Y, and Z. That's cool. I got you. Got him up out of there. He's like, Dre took off, left everybody. So he's like, man, we had to find out, talk to Jimmy Iovine. And then they found out what happened. Then at the Vibe Awards, you saw what happened there, where Suge's trying to sign all these new people. Suge got all this money because all his money was sitting there vesting while he was in jail. So he come out, he still got hundreds of millions of dollars. So he starts signing all these artists to the label. Had he just focused on the music, he could have probably been back. People were letting him into places, even though they really didn't want to. They was letting Suge in, because he was just like, hey, I'm a record producer, Suge Knight, this and that. And once they had the event at the Vibe, Quincy Jones, right? Dr. Dre get punched. This is when 50 Cent, when all them was there. This is the second time around. Because during that first time, it was crazy before they had 50 Cent. Now, they was applying the pressure to Snoop heavy, like extremely heavy. They went to Hawaii. Suge was locked up at that time. When they did a show in Hawaii, Suge paid for them to go. All these death row dudes to go out to Hawaii. Because it's only so many places. You're only going to be at the one venue. And they wanted to find them at the hotels. There's only so many hotels you're going to be at. And they once all staying at the Iolani. Dre was staying at the Iolani. So Suge put them up in hotels, got them there, and had them out there. And it was like death row dudes are standing by the doors, of the hotels rooms. There was no privacy. They was just there. It was like death row dudes is here. Some of the people were on the plane with the death row guys flying in. And was like, why is death row down here? Just to intimidate. So Eminem had his bodyguard. He stayed up all night. And he was like, man, look. The dude was like, look, I'm only one bodyguard. I can't protect you like this, dog. He was like, it's only one of me. I can't fight 30 big football players by myself. And he ended up leaving Eminem. And Eminem was mad. They had to get bond security to take care of Eminem at the time. But see, Interscope they just treated him like a nobody at the time, even though his album was selling. Jimmy Iovine had to talk to Suge eventually because he was getting back out of control. at the Vibe Award when of course everybody remembers the infamous when 50 Cent came. That's when things went to another level. 50 Cent came and he showed up. They filming the video in the club. Here comes Suge on the set. Eminem wasn't there. 50 Cent was hiding in the ceiling. Suge just walked on the set, started smoking a stogie with some doggone Latinos with tats all over their faces. Nobody did nothing. He just stood up on the set for a while. Then, they was calling the authorities. It's like, and he was just like, all right, my presence is felt. Now I'm a dip. And Eminem was just about to pull in. And they saw Suge and them was up there. They got a call like, Suge Knight is up here. And Dre was not, like Dre wasn't even there. And he really wasn't coming now. Dre didn't shoot his scene till like late at night. That's when Dre came. Dre didn't come in no time after that to the security, police, and everybody was there. That's when Dre showed up. I hear these Mickey Mouse stories now about how Eminem was, man, he put on the vest. M was ready, man. M was like, man, I'm going in there. I don't care about Suge Knight or nothing, man. M crazy. No, M did care. He was like, we're going to keep driving around till Suge Knight and M is gone. Then when he left and then M pulled up, then he got tough. But he had the drivers circling the blocks until they left. Yeah, Yayo was capping. Eminem was in the car outside, driving around in circles, waiting till Suge and them left before he pulled in, and he was wearing a bulletproof vest. And once Suge left, that's when he started acting like an enforcer, like he was tough. Y'all all right? Where you at? You know what I'm saying? Is Suge still here? He knows Suge was gone. He just put on the front. But yeah, that's how the game is, man. So it was a big dilemma because when all of these things went down, it led to the worst thing Suge could have did. He had that guy that he was rock with, punch Dr. Dre as soon as Dre got off stage. And then Young Buck ended up poking the guy. And Young Buck got arrested. So people knew not to mess with G-Unit. And it was said that the guy was like, I was paid to do it. And then you see Suge laughing at the side of the thing and ruining Quincy Jones' event. He had just got an honorary award. Now, what happened after was very different. After that incident, Dre got up there, accepted his Lifetime Achievement Award. He was mad, but he came out there like, y'all ain't finna intimidate me. Quincy Jones was livid. He was very hot. He didn't ruin his award show with something ratchet. That's how he felt. And he went in there to do what he had to do. Mm-hmm. No, they really didn't move the way y'all thinking. That's the part that No, because once Suge put that guy to punch Dre in the mouth, Suge Knight was shot at Kanye West's party, and that was retaliation for that. Quincy Jones, they put the hit out on Suge, and it was just to wound him. That person was aiming low to hit him in the leg. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he embarrassed Quincy Jones on his event. So when they had a chance at the award show, at the Kanye, it was like a Kanye album release party. Suge showed up with his artists. Like, what he had? Petey Pablo with him. And then just out of nowhere, pop. Mm. Yeah, well, it is what it is. But it's a whole different era, man. But when he kept messing up, it got worse and worse. After the shooting incident, it was fights, guys putting their hands on him, violating them. And that was the absence of power at that point. Mm. Yeah, well, we're going to try to make it one day. Yeah, it's been a crazy long day. Sleep would be very wise to take at this moment in time. So, good looking on that. So, I'll holler at y'all later. Love, peace, and hair grease. And in the words of the great Suge Knight, I just try to help people. Because that's what I do. I help them. If they in trouble, I just try to help them. That's it. Just subscribe to the Casino for Life channel and check out the Patreon. Because see, the Patreon, they tell you some other things about what happened. See, y'all didn't know about Quincy Jones putting the hit out on him. Y'all didn't know about that. See, there's a lot you don't know. Now, see, he ain't here no more. See, no can talk about that. So we'll see y'all on Patreon.